Oh my God, this is absolutely amazing. This is gonna blow your mind. Oh my God, I'm overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed because there's nobody here. I must be the first person. I'm still, man, the butterflies, I'm just so excited. I'm actually running late as well. About 15 minutes late, so it's weird that I'm the first person here. It's strange. 'Cause I know Anthony said he said he booked like a huge thing on Facebook. Man, I'm so excited. This is cool though that I get a chance to get set up before everybody gets here. Oh man, I'm so pumped. Ah. Can you believe this? Look at this. In just a few minutes, people are gonna be pouring in here for the very first Inhardinated meet and greet. I can't believe it. I'm all dressed up, got my suit on and everything. Everybody's gonna be here soon. I can't wait. Got my boots on, ready to go. These guys probably watch the channel. They probably just couldn't get their bike today, so they brought a Subaru Forester instead. That's cool. I'm totally cool with that. It's all happening at the McDonald's in Albury. Oh, here we go. First customer, guys. First customer. Man, I'm pumped. Here he comes. Here he comes. He's probably just turning around because he saw me film and he probably didn't want to be the first one. Oh man, I'm so excited. This is awesome. McCafe. Whew, just made it, just in the nick. Everybody's piling in. I don't know what happened. I've been here for at least 3 minutes. Not a single bike, not one person has come here for Inhardinated. I got dressed up, I got my best suit on and everything. Oh. Maybe I should have done Hungry Jack's. Maybe it was the location. Maybe I didn't give people enough time. My very first meet and greet's an absolute disaster. Macca's Albury meet and greet. 0 people. Hey, you know what's funny? When you're driving around, when you're riding around downtown Albury at 7 o'clock and you're holding a selfie stick on your motorcycle, filming yourself while you're wearing a suit, and you're riding around in Moto GP boots. Moto G, what kind of boots are these? Motocross boots. Moto GP. Anyway, you're riding around in your motocross boots with the suit on, and I don't know what's worse. I mean, the fact that people are looking at me, or the fact that people are looking at me because it's completely normal for a random Friday night in Albury. Anyway, whatever. I'm gonna go chuck this stuff in the hotel. We're gonna go get a steak. So yeah, look, bad news. Anthony should be filming it the other way. So yeah, bad news. Anthony is no longer with us. He messaged me earlier and said he's like really sick. He's not well at all. And yeah, and he can't make the trip. So now I'm in a bit of a conundrum. I'm in a serious conundrum, actually. And the question is, what do we do from here? Where do we go from here? Do I go through the drive-thru? Do I go inside and get a table? I mean, these are big questions. These are big questions that we got to figure out. What are we doing? So anyway, I'm not going to say that the trip is off. I'm not going to say the trip is off. However, we're going to have to make some adjustments. So I don't know if I should keep heading down south. I don't know if I should just say stuff it, do an about face, head back to Canberra, put my feet up, and just watch, you know, old man speed. I don't know. Anyway, I gotta have a think about what I'm gonna do. I gotta have a think about whether or not I should go this alone and just do a solo, or I might need to make a phone call. I'm not gonna say the trip's over, but I think I need to make a phone call. I got an idea. But before that, let's go get some chow.
Hey, that dude's wearing a suit on a motorcycle.
You know, it's even funnier. I'm gonna go get a steak where the people were all just sitting outside watching me go back and forth down the street trying to film this stupid thing. And now they're gonna be like, great, now the guy's coming in here with a selfie stick. Whatever. And yeah, I am gonna go in there with a selfie stick. Let's do this. Steak and bake, Albury. Macca's meet and greet fail. Whatever. Hey, you know what's even better? That's my hotel across the street. I could have walked over here, but it just doesn't have the same dramatic effect. Look. It's just not... You gotta ride up like a knight on a gray horse. What do you call someone from Albury? An Alburian? An Alburian. Woo! Well, you know what? It's clean. It's clean. I'm not going to complain about that. All right, let's do this. Let's do it. Well, I'm here. I'm somewhere. Wherever that is. Let's get some chow. Table for one. Albion Hotel. Got a burger, double patty. Wow.
Morning of day one. Oh man, I am not bike fit. All right, well, plan is, I have no idea. Plan is go get a coffee. Nothing happens. No planning happens. Literally nothing happens before we've had coffee. Man, I feel like rubbish. Jesus Christ. Anyway. I wonder if my bike's still there. I probably got robbed last night. Got robbed.
All right, well, I went over and I chatted to Buzz. So Buzz owns Buzz's Motorcycles, and he drew me a map, and I'll show you what the map looks like in just a second. But Buzz reckons there are some really good rides coming out of here and headed from Bright to Hotham. And then there's a dirt track that we can take from Hotham down to Dargo. Dargo. Ivan Drago. So anyway, but here's the thing. I think Anthony really wants to take this trip. I mean, ever since we were kids, he and I were just, playing on the carpet, driving our little motorcycle toys around. And he always used to say, man, one day I just want to get to Wilsons Prom, and I want to do the Wilsons Prom ride, South Point. And that's the reason we moved to Australia. It was always about this ride. And I just feel like I can't do this ride without him. So here's the plan. Big Red is still going to happen. I'm going to turn around. I'm going to make the very beautiful scenic ride back from Albury back to Canberra. I'm going to lay over one day, and then I'm going to turn around and head up to Big Red. I want to drop some stuff off, and I want to change a little bit of the gear, so I'm just going to use this as an opportunity to change some stuff. But I did reach out. I made one phone call, and the plan is to hook up with someone else, and I think there's one guy that can do this trip and that can probably do it properly. He's not super hard. He's fast. I wouldn't say he's hard, but look, we got to do what we got to do, and I don't want to rush into the Outback by myself as an unknown quantity. I need some Aussie experience behind me. All right, so now the plan is I'm just going to wait about 45 minutes or so for the coffee to be ready. It said it's the best coffee between Melbourne and Sydney, so we'll find out about that. And then after that, yeah, I'm gonna get back on the road and we are out of here. Anyway, look, it's just the way it is. I mean, sometimes you get on these trips and you want everything to be perfect, but it's just never gonna be like that way. It's just never gonna work like that, which is why I wasn't stressed about booking hotels. I wasn't stressed about the route. I wasn't stressed about all that, because you don't know. I mean, I get heading down the road, Anthony's not feeling well, he's sick, so he needs to take care of, you know, his health. But this is the thing about these motorcycle rides. People think like we plan these, well, people think, well, maybe you don't think that, but I know some people plan their rides to the utmost detail, and I just don't do that. I'm like, I'm gonna get on the bike and I'm gonna ride, and we're gonna end up wherever we end up, down whatever road we take. And I think that's part of the trip. That's part of the cool thing about the trip is if you don't go over the top with your planning and you give yourself a chance to kind of flex in and out with what's happening with the events, well, you know what, then you can do stuff like this. So anyway, that's the plan. We're gonna head back to, gonna head back to Canberra, lay over one day, and then straight on to Big Red, which I guess in the positive thing, it means I can knock this video out and flip it up before we head out. Anyway, that's the plan. All right, that's it, coffee done. I just pulled over. I got a flat tire. Shit, I'm about 100 Ks from Canberra. I guess I got two choices. I can try to repair this thing on the side of the road, or get someone to come get me. Awesome. All right, well, I can't find a nail or anything. And I think what's happened is there was one small section of the bead where it wasn't set, like it, I tried to fill it up with air like 4 or 5 times, but it never set. And so now I actually think maybe it just popped off the bead, but I don't know why it would have lost all the air. Anyway, look, I've got the pump. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pump it up and just see if I can put air in the tube. And if it holds air, well, I'll start taking it down the road kind of slowly. If not, if it doesn't take air, then I guess I'm doing a tire change. My very first tire change on the side, well, not tire change, whatever, flat repair on the side of the road. I don't really like this spot, but I don't really have a choice. There's an overpass behind me, so I might even push the bike back to the overpass. But anyway, I'm gonna put some air in it now just to see how it goes. But it's, you can see where it's off the bead. So whatever, here we go. Time to get hard. All right, so I think the exit for Yass is like 1 kilometer up here. I just want to get off this highway. The tube's not holding air, so I'm gonna have to change the tire. But if I can go like 1 kilometer an hour up here and I can get off the highway, I might be able to get into Yass and get the tire done at a tire shop. But anyway, I'll see how I go. I'll see how I go down the road. Because it is quite a busy highway. I just don't want the tire to come completely off the wheel. Well, I guess it doesn't matter, does it? Well, it does. I don't want to ruin my wheel, obviously. There's no way. There's no way I'm gonna make it. I just checked the map again. It's actually like 14 Ks. Well, I guess it's time for a roadside tire change. Well, look, I knew it was bound to happen. Here we are. Damn. You know what I don't have? Dish soap. But I do have 3 tire irons now. Here's the hole right here. So you know what I think happened? I think probably 2 things. I didn't set this bead properly, and that's 1. And then 2, I think when I was putting this tire on, again, I must have stuffed the tire, because you can see the wires, like the steel coming out of the side. I must have destroyed this tire when I was putting it on, and so it's just a matter of racking up some Ks, and yeah, and the steel on the side of the tire has just ripped the actual tube. So I guess there's no puncture, but I think the tire is stuffed. I do have 1 spare tube, and it's a tube for the front. So I'm gonna put that in, and then see if I can get down the road. My only concern is, I mean, I got 2 options. I could head into Yass and see if I can get the guys to throw a tire on, or I'm about 45 minutes from Canberra. I could try to limp back into Canberra on my 2nd tube, but if I blow that 2nd tube, yeah, I'm dead in the water. So anyway, I got a minute to think about it, but I do have a spare tube. It's a front tube. I guess it works in a pinch. I've never tried it, so I'm gonna have a go with that. And then I've got obviously bigger problems of, not bigger problems, I got the challenge of trying to get the tire back on and to get the bead set. But I have a feeling guys just go by waving at me. There you go. I have a feeling I'm not going to be able to get this tire, get the bead set on this tire. So then the question is, will I be able to limp into town without setting the bead? I don't know. I cannot tell you how many bikes have ridden past me, adventure bikes, everybody. Go by, they wave. Some guys don't even wave, they just cruise on by. That's nice. Anyway, whatever. All right, well, that's it. I got the new tube in. It's a front tube. I couldn't get the back, I couldn't get one of the beads to set, but whatever. I'm just gonna try to limp back to Canberra. So I'm gonna put the tire on, I'm gonna cruise it, I don't know, whatever, 60K, and just see if I can make it back to Canberra. I've got no more spare tubes. There's probably nothing else I can do. So yeah, I'm just gonna limp back to Canberra, and this is it. Anyway, this is what it's about, guys. Getting hard. Nobody stopped. Nobody bothered to ask me if I needed help. I guess the point is, man, you better get your experience up. You better learn how to do this stuff, because whether you're on the side of a road or whether you're in the middle of the outback, I guess it doesn't matter. You got to worry about getting yourself sorted, and don't just assume someone's coming along to help you. Just not how it works. All right, tires back on. I'm just gonna pack up my gear and I'm out of here. Hopefully this should only take 5 minutes. Holy cow. I'll have to check the time. I don't know how long that took. Maybe an hour and a half, hour. Anyway, bring soap. Bring soap and water to frickin' put the tire back on. I just checked the clock. 3 hours I've been at this. 3 hours from the time I first pulled over and then kind of walked it a little bit and then checked it and all that stuff. 3 hours. Oh well, whatever. Whatever. Anyway, so I'm not out of the woods yet. I got about 45 minutes to Canberra, about 70 Ks to Canberra. I'm just gonna try to make it. I hope that tube holds up. I hope the side of the tire doesn't puncture the tube again, because then I'm well and truly stuffed. And you know what I was thinking? Boy, how nice it would be to have tubeless tires. Actually, I guess it doesn't matter, because even if you have tubeless tires and you don't mount them properly, well, guess what? You're stuffed either way, so who cares about the tubeless tires? I just need to learn how to mount a freaking tire. Whatever. Let's get out of here! Woo! Yeah! Get hard, baby! Woo! Get hard with flat tires! Well, we made it. So I got back to the house. The second I got back to the house, I jumped in the car. I went to Joe's motorcycle shop and I got there 10 minutes before it closed. I got another tire. I went ahead and went with the Mitas again, the EO9. We're gonna try for round 2. It's only another $230. And yeah, so it's been, wow, what a day, right? Look, here's my thinking. This stuff needs to happen. It needs to happen in order to gain appreciation for what a good ride is, for what an easy life is, for what an easy day is, for what an easy, you know, whatever is. When your back is sore, when your legs are sore, when the bike stuffs up, when you blow a tire, when all these things happen, it's like, that's, for me anyway, that's what actually gives me the contrast to say, wow, actually my day-to-day job isn't that bad, or, oh, you know, having to work a couple extra hours for work isn't actually that bad, or, oh, having to do just a simple oil change isn't that bad. You know, so anyway, look, this channel is about getting hard, and I definitely feel like I'm a little bit harder today. I did my very first roadside tire change. I changed out the tube. I was able to pull the tire off with relative ease. I was able to break the bead on the tire. Well, the bead was already broken because I was driving down the road on it. But I was able to break the bead on the tire, get the tire off, put the new tube in. I was able to do all that stuff. And you know what? I made it back in one piece. I didn't have to call for someone to come get me. I didn't have to call for an evac. So it was all pretty good. I am not going to quit. I am not going to quit trying to learn how to mount this frickin' tire. I screwed up the D606. The second one I got mounted because I needed to leave straight away. I did the E09 myself. Obviously, it was better than when I destroyed the D606, but it wasn't perfect because obviously I still had some sidewall issues. This time, I'm gonna frickin' get it again. I'm gonna watch some more tire changing videos. I'm gonna get some more how-to tips, and I'm gonna put this tire on tomorrow. And if I screw it up, well, God damn it, I'll go get another tire. I'm not gonna stop. Because I think what's pretty obvious is when I'm out on the side of the road, there isn't anybody to help. There isn't somebody that's gonna magically pull up in a tire changing vehicle and change my tire for me. It's something that I have to do on my own. The other thing I got was this battery lead thing, because what I worked out really quickly was to use so I have all of my tire changing stuff in here. I've got my spare tube in here. I've got my pump. I've got my repair kit in here. But in order to plug in the pump, I actually have to take both of the little fairing pieces off. I have to take the seat off, and then I have to remove a bar that holds the battery down. So every time I ride, I'm trying to think about what improvements I can make, what iterations I can make. So I'm going to put this plug in there so that next time I can just get to my tire stuff and I can get to my tools without having to take the seat and all that stuff apart, and I can just easily plug the pump in. Anyway, I know you guys all probably have this and it probably seems like a simple thing, but anyway, it's just all iteration for me. All right, so yeah, look, day one was all over the shop. It was all the way down to Albury and back, and yeah, Anthony was sick. It is what it is. We'll have another go. We'll have another go at Wilsons Prom. Who cares? I had a tire blowout, so what? Is what it is. So day one's done. I'm back at my house, no dramas. Now the question is, what happens for day two? All right, so day two is, I'm gonna lay over here for one day. I'm gonna mount my new tire. I'm gonna drop a couple things out of my kit, and I'm actually gonna add a few things. I don't think I had enough water, and I was actually stressed out about the water situation when I was on the side of the road. But anyway, whatever. I'm gonna add some water. And I didn't have any food. And as much as I said I shouldn't take any food, I might at least take some small quantity of food because I started to get quite hungry by the end of this tire changing thing. So anyway, I'm gonna add some food. So day two, what's day two? Day two is, the plan at this stage is I was gonna go to Burke, but it sounds like Burke is not super safe at the moment. Apparently some adventure guys were staying in a room there. Some kids broke in, they held them up, and they basically robbed these guys. So anyway, it's not safe at the moment. So the plan is, I think, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go straight past Burke up to Gadunga. And I'm gonna crash at Gadunga, and then I'm gonna hoik a left and just start heading towards Cameron Corner, and then however long that takes on to Big Red. And that's the plan at this stage. So I think day two, I'll make it as far as Gadunga. I think it's around 800 Ks or something like that, maybe 900 Ks, I don't know. something like that. It's like an 8 or 9 hour ride, straight shot. So anyway, I'm gonna put a brand new tire on the bike, and then I'm gonna melt it on the bitumen riding up to Gaduga, and then hoik a left onto Cameron Corner. Anyway, that's the plan for day 2. So yeah, day 1 was whatever, who cares, it was hard, it sucked, yeah, I got a flat tire, big deal, but whatever, it's done. That's what the ride's all about. Day 2, the show goes on, we're headed to Gaduga, and then on to Cameron Corner and Big Red. Anyway, I feel like I'm done, but I have a feeling when I go to put this tire on, there might be some more footage coming out. Anyway, whatever. All right, we'll call it there. Guys, hope you enjoyed today. It was a hell of a ride, hell of an experience. And stay tuned, because I have a feeling that day 2 is probably going to be more of the same. All right, guys, get hard, stay hard, and we'll see you tomorrow for day 2. Let's do it.